I'm Tulsa World meteorologist Kirsten Lang. Thanks for joining me for your Weather Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about the science behind hail formation. So you have a thunderstorm that starts to approach. It is gaining intensity, it's gaining strength, and within that thunderstorm what's happening are updrafts are starting to form. An updraft is essentially a very forceful stream of air that travels upward, of course, within the cloud. And so with that, what it's doing is it's taking air, it's rising, it's condensing, it's cooling, and then it's forming water droplets. And so those water droplets then become the nuclei for hail formation to start to develop. Now, when it gets above that freezing level, that's when it starts to freeze, of course, and it also encounters supercooled water droplets. And those supercooled water droplets start to pack on. It's much like making a snowball in a snowball fight, or if you're building a snowman, you continue to pack that ice and that snow together. Well, that's kind of what's happening too with the hail formation. You have an updraft, you also have a downdraft, which we didn't talk about. Now, those two currents together will keep that hail kind of in a levitating form within the cloud as long as really gravity will let it. So what happens, it continues to move in and out of that freezing level there, continues to grow in size, and again, eventually the weight's going to exceed the force of the updraft, and then the hail storm is going to, or hail ball rather, is going to fall to the ground. Now, we see hail in all different sizes across the country. The most common is pea-sized hail, which comes in at a 1/4 inch diameter, or marble-sized hail. So these two right here, these are the most common, but you can also see grapefruit-sized hail in some places. Very uncommon, very rare, of course, but it'll do a lot of damage, and that's at 4.5 inches in diameter. We don't consider it severe. You'll hear us talk about severe thunderstorms. We don't consider it severe until it gets up to 1 inch in diameter, and that's considered quarter-sized hail, and that's because anywhere from quarter-sized hail all the way up to grapefruit, which we were showing you, those hailstones can do the most damage and then can also potentially cause injuries. Thanks for joining me for Weather Wednesday with the Tulsa World.